Hey there budding Campfire Guitar Heroes, it's Dene again, and this week is different. I'm not doing a song lesson, I'm actually going to be talking about how to take your guitar playing to the next level, because I'm just like you. I'm at a certain level and I've been sitting around thinking I want to become a better guitar player, but how do I get there? So today I'm going to outline my 3-step process of mapping out how you're going to go from here to here. Doesn't matter where you are, but it's about progress. Let's make a start. So I was on holiday recently and I sat down with a pen and paper and wrote down what are my guitar goals for 2023. It's that time of year, time to start thinking about what do we want to achieve in the next 12 months. So step one of the process is you've actually got to write down what are your guitar goals, but they need to be specific. Everyone's got the guitar goal of I want to be a better guitar player, but that's too vague. What does better mean? Let me show you the specifics of what I did in my journey, and you need to do the same with yours. So step one is write down what is your guitar goals, but make them specific. Here are mine. So I've broken my goals into 2 parts, the foundational stuff and the fun stuff. The foundational stuff is about learning the theory of guitar and chords and music. So I want to be able to knock out 3 chord variants for every major and minor chord. I'm almost there, but not quite. The other foundational goal that I have this year is to memorize the entire fretboard. All right, I'm nowhere near that. I've got the basic E strings down pat, but I don't know where the notes are for the rest of the fretboard. That will be something I work on this year. And I want to be able to link scales. I've got a couple of scales, I'm getting better at them, but I want to know how to combine scales so I can walk up and down the fretboard when I'm soloing. And speaking of soloing, of course, I'm nowhere near a soloing guitar player. It's something I'm working on. I'm getting better. I've got the minor pentatonic scale okay, and I can jam over backing tracks, but I'm nowhere near accomplished. So that is something, that's another specific goal I'm going to aim for, is to be able to get better at soloing using scales. And then the fun part of my goals, well, look, I'm so guilty of learning songs, learning the first verse, the chorus, maybe the bridge, and that's about it. I've set myself a goal to have a repertoire of a number of songs that I know start to finish, both playing and all of the lyrics, so I can bang out songs completely from start to finish. And then everyone should have the BHAG, the B-H-A-G, or your big, hairy, audacious goal. And mine is, I want to be able to play the solo on acoustic to Pink Floyd's Comfortably Numb. I just love that solo, the second one by Dave Gilmour. So that might take me 1, 2, 3 years to get there. I don't know. I actually don't know. But that's my BHAG, and that is what I'm going to work towards. So now you've got your whats, and your whats are specific. Let's get into the next step of the process, and that is how. How are you going to do this? And again, you need to be specific. Hey, and firstly, I'd like to introduce you to my dog, Snowball, barking like crazy, really hard to record when you've got a barking dog, so I thought I'd bring him and say hello. Now he's calm, I'll put him down and let's get back to the lesson. So the how is about the actions, the specific actions you're going to take to achieve those goals. Very briefly, you've got to start with when are you going to do all this? So I've set my goals of saying 30 minutes each weekday is my practice. Okay, if I do more, that's a bonus, but 30 minutes Monday to Friday. I'm not committing to the weekends because anything goes. My weekends are unstructured. And if I pick up the guitar on the weekend, that's a bonus, but 30 minutes. So when in the weekdays am I going to do it? Mornings are no good for me. They might be good for you. Doesn't matter. Pick the time that works for you. And I'm being realistic. For me, I've said my midday break at work will be when I play 30 minutes of guitar. That's good for me, and that's when I'll work out what I play. Then if that doesn't work, something goes on at lunchtime, I'm going to pick it up after dinner. So I've nutted that out. I've said 30 minutes, lunch break, plan A, plan B is after dinner. So you do whatever works for you, but write it down. That is your commitment. That's when you're going to do this practice. And then the next thing is about how are you actually going to practice? Are you going to be self-taught? Are you going to follow a YouTube guitar teacher or several guitar teachers? Are you going to enroll in an online course? Or are you going to, literally sign up to guitar lessons with either an online tutor or somebody in person in your local town? You need to write that down and commit to that as well. And then the final step you need to do is journal your progress. Each practice session, write down the date, the time, the duration of it, and the key things that you aim to achieve during that practice session. And it's so motivating when you look back on that in 6 months, 12 months, 2 years from now and go, gee, that's what I was doing back then. And you realize how far you've come, and that's super motivating. Hey there folks, my name's Dene and I am a self-taught guitar player who just loves celebrating great classic songs. I have a focus on music from the 60s, 70s and 80s, but I do some other songs as well. If this sounds like your jam, then subscribe, and also, look, go to the link below where you can get access to this free songbook, 50 epic Campfire guitar songs. Honestly, you'll get an instant song repertoire and you'll absolutely love it. All right, let's get back to the lesson. Okay, let's move on to step 3, and it's real simple. It's all about you. What are you going to do? This isn't about enrolling in courses and paying subscriptions, all that sort of stuff. This is about you taking actual action every day, stumping up, committing to that plan that you wrote down, steps 1 and step 2. Right, it's about you. But wait folks, there's more. There's a bonus thing here, and when you look at the what, the how, and the you, what does that spell? That spells why, and that's the most fundamental part of this process. You have to understand why you want to practice and become better at guitar. There's got to be a reason or two. It could be you want to make some money from guitar, you just want to play in a band, you want to play for friends and family, or you want to play for yourself. There's a song that's out there that you just want to know how to play. Doesn't matter what your why is, but write it down in your plan. And when the going gets tough, when you can't be bothered practicing, you got sore fingers, whatever it is, reflect back on that. Open up your plan and go, remember, that's why I'm doing this. And it's so motivating, it's so important to do that. So that is the last step. That's the 4th step in my 3-step process, is write down your why. So if you got any sort of value out of today's lesson, you know the routine. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, all that sort of thing. But hey, don't forget to download the free songbook. The link will be below. Now, if you really want to add to your Campfire guitar playing repertoire, be sure to check out this playlist, the top 10 Campfire guitar songs of all time. Thanks for watching, folks, and I'll see you again next week.